Branding isn't just your logo. It's how your candle business makes people feel. From the moment they land on your website to the second they light one of your candles. In this episode, I'm walking you through the 7 steps every candle brand should take to build something memorable, consistent, and clear so that your candle brand will stick out in a crowded market. So like us, many of you, most likely when you first started on this journey, wanted to come up with a name for your candles and wanted to start working on a logo for your candles. And that's all very exciting to do. It's part of the fun. And I highly encourage all of you to have fun with that. But that's not your brand. And that's not your branding. Your brand is going to be much more than just your logo. So we're going to dive into the 7 steps that we actually break down inside of a workshop, inside of the inner circle. But we're going to cover these 7 steps to branding here in this episode today. So hopefully after this episode, you can reevaluate, take a look at your business and see if you have all of these covered. We want to put a vision in our customers' minds about our candle business that is beyond just seeing a logo. It's how do our products make them feel? What do they think about us? Is it the way we are doing things in the community? Is it the way we have fantastic deals on our website every month? Is it that we are supporting nonprofits? What is it we want customers to think about when they think about our business? That's your branding. The communication that we have with them, the emails, the copy on our websites, the product descriptions, our social media posts. These are all important factors when it comes to your branding. And the reason why branding is so important is because branding is how we communicate with our ideal target audience. So in previous episodes, we've talked about defining what our niche is and figuring out who our target audience is. Once we know those things, once we have those figured out, once we've decided those, we then make our branding all about that person, the things that they are going to like to see, the scents that they're going to like to smell, the way we package our candles. It's all about that customer. So we're going to break down 7 steps to doing that. So let's get started. All right. So step number 1, you got to define your why. Why did you start your candle business? What change or feeling do you want to create for others? Here's a tip for you. Your why becomes the foundation of your candle business. So you have to understand the why so that you can relate that to your customers, and your customers will then be able to find you. What is your purpose? What is your why? What is it that you want to put out into the world? That is like a light. That is like your beacon that will attract people towards you, is going to be your why. Your why should be shared with your customers with every opportunity that you get. On your website, you should have an About Us section, and your why should be there. It should explain, of course, who you are, but why are you selling these candles? So your why is really important. Number 2, know your target customer. Describe who your candles are for. That's not just demographics, but also their mindset. So what problems are your candles going to solve? Is it stress relief? Is it gifting? Is it just creating ambiance, right? Gifting is a fantastic problem to solve, but it's not just as easy as, oh yeah, people are just going to buy these for other people. Well, there's price points that come into that, right? For what we spend on gifts. So if you're going to be a gifting targeted brand, then you have to think about it as who's going to be buying these? Who are they gifting it to? What are they going to be spending on candles? What occasions are they gifting this for? Someone's not going to buy a candle for $100 and gift it the same way they're going to buy a candle for $5 and gift it. Keep that in mind, that there are going to be limitations upper and lower of gifting candles. Stress relief candles. What's going to make your candle a stress relief candle? Is it because your whole brand is about self-care, relaxation, finding a moment of having space to yourself. What is it that you are solving with your candle? So think about that and think about how that is going to relate to your target customer, because the problem that you're solving pulls in your target customer. Now, you don't have to go so deep with it. Your candles can just be very cheeky, fun, little raunchy sayings on the front of them, right? We see them all over Etsy. They're personalized candles that are just kind of fun, right? And so it can be very lighthearted. And your candles are just to give people a laugh, a sense of excitement in their life by having this candle that says something snarky on the front of that, right? And that's a perfect gifting candle. And your customer isn't necessarily the person receiving the candle. Your target customer is the person that's buying that for someone else, right? So think about it that way there. So it doesn't have to be super deep, but you do need to know who your customer is going to be that is buying that candle. All right. So number three is crafting your unique selling proposition, your USP, unique selling proposition. What's going to make your candles different? Is it the ingredients? Is it because of your mission? Is it your packaging? Is it just your voice and how you're communicating with your customers? This is why you have to define your niche very clearly. So, in other episodes, we've talked about defining your niche. And if you define your niche as a travel inspired candle, the way you're going to build your brand for that with your USP, your ingredients, your mission, your packaging, your voice is going to be different than if you are making candles in a sports related theme or in a mystical related theme, right? Because these niches are different, then your unique selling proposition is going to be different. Here would be an example that someone might have for their candles. Instead of just we sell candles, it's we make nature inspired candles for mindful moms. Okay. So it's very different there. So keep that in mind that you have to have a unique selling proposition for that's the reason I'm buying that candle over that candle. And number four is you've got to share your brand story. So this is part of your why. This is part of your unique selling proposition. You've got to share your brand's story. Talk about why your journey matters. Share that with your customers. Make them want to support you, not just to buy from you, to actually support you and support the mission of your candle brand. Is it because you're eco-friendly? Is it because they're small batch and they're handmade? Are you a veteran-owned business? Are you an LGBTQ-owned business? Why are people going to want to support you and your mission? And again, you can't please everyone. You can't when you try to please everyone, then no one feels like, oh, those are my people. Those are my candles. I have to support that brand. That's the only kind of candles I want to burn in my house. Like that's the kind of customer we want. We want those customers that say, we love buying your candles. We love supporting you. You're the only candle brand we even talk about to other people. That's what you want. So you've got to share your story so that you can connect and find your people. People are going to buy the why more than they're going to buy the candle. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so now number five. Now, this is the visual brandings for your candle business. These are the things that we typically think about when we're asking or talking about branding. So let's go through a few of these. Logo. Are you going to be text-based or are you going to be an icon-based? For us, we're a combination of both. We have the icon is a lighthouse with the water underneath it and the beacon shining on the top. And then we have our word mark, which is just Guardian and Beacon Candle Company. We will use them together, but we'll also use them separately. We will use the word mark in many places as well. So what I would recommend is keeping it very clean and flexible. I wouldn't add too much color to it. Have a color, have a couple colors. I have seen people that have like a logo that it looks like it's like glitter or something, right? Or it's the font that they're using. I would be really cautious about that because it's not going to be as versatile. You may be able to put it on your website just fine. It might be hard to print, put on a label. Might be hard to put on packaging and things like that, or to get a box created. So I'd recommend really trying to keep it clean and flexible. With our logo, we want to make sure that they can see it even if it's really small. So zoom out on your logo just as much as you're going to zoom in to make sure that it's going to work in all different places. The next thing with your brand visuals is going to be your color palette. What feelings do your brand colors evoke? What is that feeling that comes out when people see that? Do you want to have bold statement colors? Do you want to have the black, the white, the grayscales? Do you want to go with soft pastels, more of a calming feeling? What colors are going to represent your brand? Think about it not only in this initial collection that you may be coming up with, but also as your brand expands. Are you going to be able to kind of stay on brand with your coloring? Of course, you can always change up your colors as you grow, but trying to have consistency is going to be key, especially for those that are first starting out. We've stuck with the same. It's a little off black, a little grayscale, and then white version of our logos. We've had those since day one, and those have done us pretty well. And then we can use the pops of color around that. So with your color palette, I'd recommend three. You can have a couple more alternative colors, but try not to overcomplicate it. Try to make it recognizable so that when someone sees those colors, they know it's tied to your brand. The next thing is going to be your typography. Choose one or two fonts that match your style at a maximum. I will often see labeling where people will have all different fonts from their logo font to the scent name font to the other descriptors like the scent notes, and they're all different fonts. I'm kind of old school. I learned many years ago in branding to stick to a two font maximum. Only have two fonts because your eyes start to go in different places with these different fonts. So we have our main fonts that we use for our titles. And then we have our secondary font that we use on the rest of our labels. It's the same thing on our website. If you're on our website, you will see we have a header font, and then we have just our text font is what I call it. It's for the rest of the writing that we have throughout our website. And then it's all going to be consistent. Don't switch it up too often. Again, I'm under the old school belief of a two font maximum. The next thing we're going to talk about is the packaging. This is all still part of your visual branding. Your packaging is going to be something that you want to be recognized for. Your jars, your lids, your labels, the box, they all need to be cohesive so that they're telling the same story. So all of our labels look relatively similar to each other. They are going to be different scents, but the labels themselves, the images and the elements within that label all really come together as a cohesive brand. And then when we put those in boxes on some of our candles, that box is also going to need to be cohesive as well. Okay, and the last thing under the visual branding is your photography. Do you want your photography to be light and airy and minimalistic? Or do you want to have that moody and that luxe feel? Or possibly you just want that clean and bright? What is it that you want your photography to reflect about your brand? And then make that come out in all aspects of your brand, from your website to what you're posting on social media, to the images inside of emails that you're sending out to your customers. All of your photography should have a relatable feeling so that it's not all over the place. Now, again, when you have different collections that you come out with, that is fine to have a subcategory of photography for those specific collections. But you really want to, when people see as they're scrolling online an image of yours, if they stop, they should be able to know what brand that is tied to, even if your logo would be removed. All right. So, step number 6 to defining your branding is your brand voice and messaging. What tone is your brand going to use? Are you going to have a casual conversation tone? Are you going to have a confident tone, a warm, luxurious? What kind of candles are you selling, and what is the tone that you want to have with it? The same tone that a inexpensive candle that I may buy at a big box store and a $200 luxurious candle, that messaging should be really different. The way those emails are written should be very different. The product descriptions on the website should be very different, right? What personality traits are going to define your brand? Is it calm, witty, bold, friendly? So what personality traits do you want to convey? It's important to stay consistent. So the same tone that we use in our social media posts is the same tone that you're going to get if you go and read our website and you read the about us or you read the product descriptions. And then if you receive an email from us, it's going to be the same tone. You want to make sure that you are using that same tone across all of your platforms. So just kind of keep that in mind, especially in the day and age now where people are using AI and Chat GPT to help write product descriptions and titles. They're even using them to write emails and things like that. It's gonna be real easy to get off tone by doing that. So you need to make sure if you are using the assistance of AI, which I am completely on board with doing, make sure that the tone is going to be consistent across all the different ways that you are promoting your brand. Okay, for the seventh and final step in defining your branding is you have to create a memorable customer experience. So from the unboxing, from what is the very first impression someone gets when they receive your candles? What do they feel when they open it? Whether they are just opening it out of a bag that they receive the candle in, is it wrapped in tissue? Is there a candle care card in that bag? Same thing whenever they receive an order from you in the mail. Is it well packaged? Is there a personalized note with it? Is there a business card in there? What is it you're doing that's going to create a memorable experience for them? Now, it doesn't mean you have to spend a lot of money. It can be as simple as putting a stamp on the outside of the box, which is what we do. We just have our black stamp that we stamp onto that craft box. So when people receive it, the first thing they know is hopefully a feeling of excitement before they've even opened it because they know that they have received that order from us. And then when they open that box up, we are going to have a candle care card front and center right there. That's going to have a personalized note written on the backside of that candle care card. And then they're going to see that we have wrapped that candle in tissue and put a logo sticker to keep it wrapped on there. There's people that will go way above and beyond that to make the unboxing experience very memorable. But that also is putting them at a lux level that our brand isn't. Our brand is quality, but it's not to the level of lux. And that's not what we're going for. So we're not going to invest additional dollars in that unboxing experience, but we are certainly going to do more than just putting a candle in a box with some peanuts and shipping it off, right? So you got to find the balance based on what your brand is. And it's going to be memorable based on that. For us, if someone spends over $100 with us, they will actually get a little package of branded matches along with their order. So they don't even know it's coming. Their order arrives, they're in there along with a little personalized thank you note. That in itself we feel is memorable, and so that's why we do that. You can add samples, you can add scent cards, you can put in discount codes for them to purchase again from you. So that's all going to be really important. And in this step, don't forget about the follow up. Are you emailing your customer after they purchase? Are you asking them to leave you a review? Are you inviting them to stay connected? Hey, come and follow us on social media. Are you offering that discount for them to purchase from you again within, say, 7 days or 2 weeks? We always like to create urgency around a coupon that we'll send them so that they'll hopefully buy from us sooner than later. If you're sending them a coupon that's for an expiration in, say, 60 days, they're going to forget about it. But if you say 7 days, if they can think about someone else that they need to buy for or other options that you have that they are now incentivized to go and buy from you because they have to use that, say, 25% off coupon in the next 7 days, that is something that we include with every time someone purchases from us, they're going to get those follow up emails. Okay, so let's go through these 7 areas of branding one more time. Number 1, clear mission. Number 2, target customer defined. Number 3 is your unique selling proposition has to be communicated. Number 4 is a strong brand story. Number 5 is consistent visuals. Number 6 is your defined brand voice. And number 7 is a memorable customer experience. So just to recap, your brand is how people remember you, not just about how your candles look, but how you make people feel. So I want you to take at least one of these items that we talked about today and try to improve it this week. Just one of them. And whether it's the communication that you're using in all of your emails, go back through and see if that communication is the same type of tone that you're using on your website and in your social media post. So just pick one step and try to improve that this week. If you want the full branding workshop and worksheet so that you can work through the step-by-step, you're going to find that inside the inner circle at candlebusinesspro.com/membership. If you found this episode helpful, we would love it if you'd leave us a rating and a review. It really helps us reach more makers like you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Take care.